Angus Blair, he's the head of research at Egyptian investment bank Beltone Financial. They handle about 8% of the volume in Egyptian securities. Angus, I know you're Cairo-based. You're in London. All your employees are trying to get back to work in Cairo right now. Are you in touch with them? What are they telling you?
Well, Margaret, as I think I said yesterday, they've been in work. They've been at work since Sunday, and each day has been getting a little bit better. And I just took calls from all of them, giving me all of the news. Obviously, a lot of people are very excited on the ground, and Jamie has summed up, not just very eloquently, but very informed way about what's happening. The one thing I might want to say, though, is that the military have been in charge since 1952, and that basically they have been kingmakers. But I think what's happened is, we obviously have to analyse this later about what's been happening, but quite clearly there's been some kind of split at the top, and basically, obviously, they've been told no one's going to be harmed. So therefore, the statement we're hearing is that everything will be met. But that said, Walgona, Margaret, you just mentioned, has just sent out a tweet saying, basically, don't celebrate just yet, wait and see what's going to be said. But everyone's looking forward to this resolution, hopefully peacefully tonight.
You say that because of these reports that Hosni Mubarak will be addressing the country. Is that what your people in Cairo are also telling you?
Yes, and Jamie hit it right on the head here, because you want someone in charge. You need to have some kind of order while there's dialogue, so that all parties can come together. And basically, everyone, yes, they're very excited, but also apprehensive, because historically, and again, Jamie mentioned this, there is a way in the Arab world nobody wants to be humiliated. So we have to find a way out of this impasse. And again, we are on tenterhooks waiting to see what is going to be said.
Well, in the meantime, how much has been allowed in terms of Cairo getting back to normal there? I mean, you've been trying to get business reopened, get people back to work. Does this complicate that return to normalcy, or is this really a sigh of relief for you?
I think it'll be more than a sigh of relief if this happens. There'll be ecstasy in the marketplace. People will be excited. They'll be proud again that something has happened. I mean, something fundamentally is happening on a geopolitical level. Again, what Jamie was mentioning, this is one of the most important pieces of geopolitical news, which will rumble through the region in one shape or form, as I've said to you, Margaret, before, in every country. And I think this will be very good for the market. One of your people have been talking about this. It'll be good for the economy, assuming this is all done peacefully and in an orderly fashion. I think the economy will come out of this very strongly, as I think, say, Tunisia's would be for next year as well.
But Angus, February the 13th, we're supposed to see the markets reopen once again, Egypt get back to work. Do you assume that the cabinet positions that were just filled remain so? Do you expect that you will see that government leadership remain in some form, even if Mubarak does not?
There has to be some order here. It's very important that there's an orderly change, and that the people who are there, a number of them are very clean. The number two who came into the Ministry of Trade and Industry was the deputy to the Minister of Trade and Industry. I think that a number of people will want to meet various groups that have been on the street to say, what do you want? So yes, in the short term, a number of them will have to be there, because it's very important economically that you've got some form of transition that's orderly.